What's the most American thing you can think of? So I was going through real quotes that are in the current version of the US passport, and I found this one that I fucking love. It's just everything about American nationalism, and I can only read it in a Sam Elliott like Dodge Ram commercial voice. So I thought I would read a few of these just for fun, just like so we can get an idea of what being American is all about based on the passport quotes. And I thought I'd also throw in some other things that I find are very American. This nation has a banner. It is the banner of dawn. It means liberty. Every color means liberty. Every thread means liberty. Henry Ward Beecher. Imagine having a last name like Beecher. You're literally just like a grove of trees. I want to be a grove of trees. That sounds cool. What else do we have? The principle of free governments adhere to the American soil. It is bedded in it, immovable as its mountains. So like your principles of freedom are just like in the soil. Like you dig up the soil and there's freedom in it. Like you dig up the soil, but like you put it in like a water filtration system and you like distill pure freedom from the American soil. I love that. I would drink freedom if someone like made like a water company and it was just like pure freedom. I would drink that. That sounds good. Okay, what else do we have? Ew, what's this one? Let us raise to a standard to which the wise and honest can repair. What does that mean? Let us raise a standard to which the wise and honest... Like, are we talking about a standard, like a banner, or standards of, like, values to which the wise and honest can repair? Like, they're just perpetually gonna be broken? I don't know. It's a George Washington thing. We don't need to know what he meant. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Also, like, a really good movie. It makes me sad. That one's from the Declaration of Independence. This is a new nation based on a mighty continent of boundless possibilities. Also, boundless food. Like, I kind of like that. We went to Disneyland once, and we stayed in a hotel on the way up there. They had, oh my god, okay, biscuits and gravy, so good. I still try to make it at home, and I haven't quite figured it out. But, like, biscuits are fucking amazing. And, oh, it's so good. Biscuits and gravy. That's, like, the one American thing I really, really like. Ooh, I like this one. This is a Dwight D. Eisenhower. Was Eisenhower president? If anyone is American, they should tell me, because I literally don't know anything about American history. In my middle school, when we did, like, social studies, we studied the fur trade 3 years in a row. You want to know about fur explorers and beaver pelts? I got you. You want to know about literally anything else in history? I can name some countries. Whatever America hopes to bring to pass in the world must first come to pass in the heart of America. Ooh, okay, I like this one. This is kind of poetic. For this is what America is all about. It is the uncrossed desert and the unclimbed ridge. It is the star that is not reached and the harvest sleeping in the unplowed ground. Is our world gone? We say farewell. Is a new world coming? We welcome it, and we will bend it to the hopes of man. Okay, Lyndon B. Johnson. I don't know what... I like that also, like, all the pages in the passport are, like, a badass fucking bald eagle just, like, looking off into the... and there's, like, a beautiful mountain range. And there's, like, I don't know if it's meant to be, like, snow or plains, but there's, like, some buffaloes fucking around in the back, and they're, like, eating grass. It's very cute. I like it. Maybe they, like, secretly put the liberty into the ground in the passport photos. That'd be kind of awesome if there was, like, in Braille, you just had, like, liberty, freedom written into the ground. I would fuck with that. May God continue the unity of our country as the railroad unites the two great oceans of the world. Does America have, like, a really... like a big rail, because like Canada has the transcontinental railroad, and that was kind of a big deal because like a lot of people died building it. Do they have one of those? Is that a thing? I know like trains were a really big deal. We still have them. You go in Alberta, tons of fucking trains. In my hometown, you had to wait for a train downtown because it crossed like right through the main street, and you just had to wait. I like the graffiti on them, honestly. Really fun to look at. What else do we have? Oh, okay. This is John F. Kennedy. I kind of like him, honestly. His brother, is it Robert Kennedy? He has this really awesome speech called The Mindless Menace of Violence that I've always wanted to do a video on, but I can never seem to like do it justice because I really wanted to animate it, and I'm not very good at that, but it's really good and I like it. Okay, let's see what he has to say. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and the success of liberty. I don't know why, but just saying the word liberty is so fun. Liberty. I want to, like, I don't know. That's kind of fun. I don't know if we have like the True North, but I don't think we have like liberty in quite the same way. I don't know if that makes any sense. Ooh, this is E.B. White. Liberty is never out of bounds or off limits. It spreads wherever it can capture the imagination of man. What a glorious morning for our country. It's Samuel Adams. I don't know what morning he was looking at, but we've had a lot of fires. Oh, okay, this is another fun American banner one. This is Jose Antonio Navarro. We are covered by the American banner. Let us cling to it, and if required, sacrifice our lives defending it. Yeah, I don't really think we have. I've never heard like any like really intense quotes about the Canadian flag. It's got a maple leaf that sometimes people make jokes about it being a marijuana leaf. But I don't think we have this like, I mean, Canadians are nationalistic. We have like national pride and things, but it's slightly different. It's mostly around like hockey, and the Olympics is a big one. Ew, Abraham Lincoln. That this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom. Caca! I think I'm gonna guess that might be from whatever the address is. That was like 70 years ago. This nation under God does something. I don't remember the rest. You know what I mean. He was wearing the hat and there's things. We all know. Ooh, okay. This one's kind of, I like this one. Go west, young man, and grow up with the country. I don't know what that means. Like, maybe it was like pioneering or something, and they're like, yeah, just go spread yourself across the land, and then eventually we'll have more land, and it'll be a big fucking country. Democracy is based upon the conviction that there are extraordinary possibilities in ordinary people. I like that one. That one's good. That's Harry Emerson Fosdick. Oh, this is another banner one. I wonder if I should just like collect all the banner related ones together. A big iron needle stitching the country together. I don't know what that means, but thank you, Jessamine West. Oh, okay, this one is wicked. It seems to be a law of nature, inflexible and inexorable, inexorable, It seems to be a law of nature, inflexible, and that those who will not risk cannot win. John Paul Jones. I don't know who that is either, but I like that he has 3 names as his name. I aspire to that, like if you had like a kid and you named them like Mark, Jeffrey, Avery, Troy, Belladonna, Marxist. That one might not go over well in the U.S. Rosemary, Paris, Studebaker. No, that's a last name. Studebaker's last name. Rosemary, Paris, Jennifer. Ew, I like this one. We live in a world that is lit by lightning. So much is changing and will change, but so much endures and transcends time. Ronald Reagan. Do we have anything else? What do we have? Every generation has the obligation to free men's minds for a look at new worlds, to lack out from a higher plateau than the last generation. Like the bald eagle, you know, he's just like chilling on a tree, and he looks off in the distance, and he's like, wow, I'm looking from a higher plateau. I don't have an end to that joke. That was all I had. I hope you appreciated it. Yeah, okay, and while we're on the subject of, like, really American things, I have a confession. So you know the Southern Bible Belt that people keep talking about? Every time I hear that, I think they're talking about a bagel belt because I worked at Tim Hortons and they sold those, like, all the time, and they're really fucking good because it's a bacon, egg, lettuce, tomato on a bagel. And honestly, now I just want breakfast. Should I make breakfast? It's like 5 a.m. That's technically breakfast, but usually I'm asleep because I have a terrible sleep schedule. So anyways, that's another American thing that I'm still trying to process, is the idea that there's just like a little section of America that's like super intense and is not filled with bagels. Or maybe they do have bagels. Do they have bagels in the Bible Belt? I've tried to explain shopping to my American friends, and what I've learned is that Canadians are very, like, minimalist almost. Like, you'll go into a Canadian Tire and you have, like, all your tire, your, like, car stuff and your housing decorated, like, exactly the same as, like, a Walmart or whatever. But we don't have as many brands that you can pick. Like, the idea of, like, the bajillion doctor type pop cans is fascinating, and I kind of love that. But yeah, like, we don't have, like, a broad range of brands. It'll be, like, one specific brand family that there's a lot of. And I guess that's really what true liberty is, being able to buy the shittiest version of any product from a random brand. But you can, because your pure freedom is, like, in every thread of your being. I fucking love dramatic American things. The fucking thread of liberty in my breeches. I'm gonna pull myself up by my bootstraps that are filled with liberty and freedom, and sometimes just the steel toes of my justice boots. Does someone want to make... I have steel toe boots. Maybe I should just, like, paint over them, and I'll be like, these are the steel toes of my justice boots. And then I'll, like, put a little, like, American flag design on it, and it'll be like, the steel toes of my justice boots are every thread of this high quality grade cotton embroidery on the side of my justice boots is filled with pure liberty and freedom. And also there's a gun on there. Like, I'll just embroider, like, a beautiful American flag on the boots, and the steel toe will just say justice on it, and I'll get, like, some guns, and I'll put the, like, little, like, patches of the guns on the boots, and they'll be fucking awesome. Honestly, I should make these. They sound amazing. Do I need justice boots? I think I need justice boots. Except I can't embroider. I'll find someone and make my own beautiful justice American boots. There's another thing I'm confused by. Why do Americans, like, put the American flag on everything? Like, Canadians, there's like a few things. Like, there's specific brands. Like, you'll get something from, like, Hudson Bay, but, like, it's kind of touristy, so it makes sense why there's Canadian flags, because it's, like, very specifically, like, a Canadian thing. Or, like, you'll go to Roots, and they'll have, like, little little Canadian flags on their hoodies and stuff. But it's not, like, huge. Like, I've never seen, like, jean shorts that are, like, full-on a Canadian flag on the butt. But I see that a lot with, like, country fashion American stuff, where it's like, bam, the liberty on my caboose is astounding. And I really want to know what that's about. Like, I wonder what that like, oh, I fucking love my American flag so much, I'm gonna put it on my fucking truck and it's gonna be everywhere, it's gonna be huge. I remember vividly, we went to like a breakfast after a big party, and I was sitting next to this guy I didn't know, and he starts telling me this story about some girl he went on a date with, and he's like, oh, fucking dating on Tinder is terrible. Girls are stupid and ridiculous. And at first I was like, okay, that's fair. But then he starts telling me this story about how he has this rule that like no one's allowed to ask about the massive Confederate flag on the back of his truck. Now keep in mind, we live in Canada, in Alberta. So it's really weird to have a massive actually it's weird to just have a Confederate flag at all because you're Canadian. So apparently he has like a massive Confederate flag on the back of his truck. This girl gets into the truck and she's like, "So what's up with the Confederate flag?" And he's like, "Don't ask about it." And then she asks again. So he like leaves her on the side of the road and makes her walk home. And he's like super proud of this. And the whole time I'm listening, I'm like, but why do you have a Confederate flag on the back of your truck? Because at the time, I didn't actually know what a Confederate flag was or like any of the historical controversy around displaying a Confederate flag. I was just like, yeah, that'd be weird if you have a giant flag of anything on the back of your truck. But then I find out from my American friends that giant flags are just like a normal thing. Like when I was a kid, I got made fun of a lot because I saw like a massive Canadian flag while we were driving somewhere. And I was like, whoa, that's really cool. And I was like, that's gotta be the biggest Canadian flag ever. And my parents were like, you're fucking stupid. But like it's not, like you'll see Canadian flags on like government buildings and stuff. But they're not like everywhere. Like sometimes people like bring them out for the Olympics or like special hockey things as good luck. But yeah, like you don't just like have a fucking giant Canadian flag plastered on the back of your truck. Or at least I've never seen it. I did see a dude that had like, you know, like a Hygo hoodies and stuff of the girl like with her tongue out and she's like, ah. So I did have a dude in my neighborhood who had his car entirely decked out in like skimpy anime girls and a Hygo sort of manga things going on. I thought it was great. I took a picture of it. I don't know where it is, but I thought it was fantastic. I'm not sure if the children's parents in my neighborhood were thrilled, but I thought it was great. I was like, you do you, dude. That's kind of wicked. So, yeah, I'm a little confused by the super American things, but, like, I enjoy it. I enjoy the concept of, like, fucking, we have liberty and guns, and there's an eagle on a flag, but that flag is also on top of another flag, and then there's also, like, a giant stack of pancakes and biscuits and gravy. Like, I don't know what's happening in America, but, like, I appreciate it. It's fun. There's a lot of fun memes. I also, like, I'm confused why people clown on American food so much. I like food. Sometimes I look at those, like, crazy heart attack burgers, and I'm like, I could eat that. I mean, now that I'm older, I don't have the same appetite that I used to. But if I did, I would eat a heart attack burger so fast. Yeah, like, I fuck with it. I appreciate the, like, we're gonna do some weird shit with our food. Like, we're gonna crush up some, what are those, Takis? And we're gonna crush up some Takis and Cheetos, and we're gonna roll a mashed up chicken into a finger, and then we're gonna bread it, and we're gonna fry it, and then we're gonna put that in a bowl of mayonnaise, and then we're going to put the bowl of mayonnaise in a taco, and then the taco is going to go on a pizza, and then we're going to crush it all up, and then all of that is going to go on a giant calzone, and then we're going to take that, and we're going to put that in the oven, and then when it comes out, we're going to put an American flag on it. I love that. I appreciate that. The extreme Americanism of things is just so funny and, like, fun to look at, and I appreciate that people are like, I fucking love my country, but also I'm poor and tired all the time, and I need better health care. I love that. It's like pure optimism, but like through food and liberty. Kind of want to get a tattoo that's just like liberty, but it's like one of those audio tattoos, and you put your phone over it, and it just reads out liberty and freedom and justice, and like that's it. There's no context. That's just the whole tattoo. I would fuck with that. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick share of like some really American things that I've come across lately, because I thought it would be fun, and I hope you enjoyed.